Hello, everyone, and welcome to another installment of the Soong Files, everything you never wanted to know about Star Trek. Today we're going to be talking about the Prime Directive, also known as Starfleet General Order No. 1. This Prime Directive is a defining principle which prohibits Starfleet personnel and spacecraft from interfering in normal development of any society and mandates that any vessel or crew member is expendable to prevent the violation of this rule. This regulation was designed based off of the real-world Department of Defense General Order No. 1, which is used to prohibit certain actions and activities for U.S. service members in combat zones or deployed locations. Now, while being a complicated order, the Prime Directive has 47 suborders by the latter part of the 24th century, and because of its interpretation and complication, it did not apply equally to all societies and planets within the Federation space. For example, the Prime Directive primarily applied to societies that had little to no actual knowledge of other worlds and spacefaring civilizations, but it also applied to the internal affairs of societies which knew extensively of other worlds. Originating in the early years of Starfleet's exploration missions, the Prime Directive could be dated back to the year 2152, during the initial mission of the NX-01 under Captain Jonathan Archer. He noted on several away missions that the need for a clear, decisive guidance on how to deal with alien civilizations and what was considering help or simply playing God. While many societies have adopted similar non-interference policies of their own, only Starfleet officers and Federation merchants are upheld to this order's standards. While the Prime Directive does spell out clear regulations on how to deal with alien contacts, many command-level officers feel that this order goes too far in certain places and have often bent the rule and in a few cases flat-out violated it. The most serious of these was an event known as the Galahad Incident, which saw the USS Galahad enter into a civil war on Shiva Oricon 4 in 2208. Attempting to end war and prevent genocide, Captain Joshua Mulroney stunned a massive enemy force on the planet with the ship's phasers. Unfortunately, the stunned army and its civilian population was massacred by the opposing forces on the planet. Captain Mulroney was later court-martialed and jailed for this offense. But not all violations were as serious. James T. Kirk regularly violated the Prime Directive to save spacefaring races from natural or man-made disasters, and Jean-Luc Picard was noted to occasionally walk the line of violating the Prime Directive when dealing with alien first contacts. Outside of canon, the Prime Directive has been one of the most debated ideologies for Star Trek fans. On one hand, you don't want to play God and interfere with the natural development of a planet or people, and on the other hand, if you have a cure for a disease, why not save millions? This is a question they regularly tackle in every single iteration of Star Trek, and with good reason. It's a tough call to make. Whatever your feelings on the Prime Directive are, it's there for a reason, and anyone in a command position on the show knows the reality of either breaking it or sticking by the rule of law. That wraps up today's episode of the Soong Files. We talked again about the Prime Directive, or Starfleet General Order No. 1, which is a policy that has been around since the beginning of Star Trek back in the 60s, and has followed the entire show in its iterations through movies, television, books, comic books, and other various media. What do you guys think about this? How do you feel about the Prime Directive? Do you feel like it's an outdated concept? Do you feel like it's absolutely necessary in order to protect the rule of law and the rule of nature and the natural evolution of a planet? Or do you think that if we have the ability to help people, we automatically should? I'm very curious to hear what everyone has to say about it. So please leave a comment below. Please also like and subscribe to me on YouTube and follow me on Twitter at Ketwolski. I will catch you all next time. Live long and prosper, my Trekkies!